What if the blur is the evidence? The interdimensional cryptid theory. For decades, skeptics have laughed at blurry photographs of cryptids. Bigfoot images are fuzzy. Dogman videos are shaky. Strange creatures caught in the woods always seem to be out of focus, partially hidden, or disappearing into the darkness. The question is always the same. If these creatures are real, why can't anyone get a clear picture? But what if we've been asking the wrong question? What if the blur itself is the evidence? Imagine for a moment that cryptids are not undiscovered animals living deep in remote forests. What if they are something far stranger? What if they originate from another dimension, a reality that exists alongside our own but remains invisible most of the time? Some paranormal researchers have proposed a theory known as phase displacement. According to this idea, certain entities may be able to move between dimensions, appearing briefly in our world before slipping back into their own. If that were true, they might never fully exist within our reality. Think about what happens when a camera tries to focus on an object. It relies on reflected light and a stable physical target. But if a creature is only partially present in our dimension, the light around it could become distorted. Cameras would struggle to lock onto it. Autofocus systems would fail. Images would appear blurry, stretched, or strangely distorted. Witnesses often describe cryptids behaving in ways that seem impossible. Bigfoot vanishes into thin air. Dogman appears where there was nothing moments before. Shadow figures seem to melt into darkness. Glowing-eyed creatures are reported standing motionless before suddenly disappearing. These stories may sound unbelievable, but what if they all point to the same phenomenon? A being that is not fully anchored to our world. Many witnesses also report strange feelings before an encounter. Some describe an eerie silence falling over the forest. Others mention hearing a low humming sound or feeling as though the air itself has changed. Could these be signs of two dimensions overlapping? Imagine walking through a forest late at night. For a brief moment, another reality intersects with ours. A creature from that neighboring dimension becomes visible. You raise your phone and take a picture. The image comes back blurry. Seconds later, the creature is gone. Not because it ran away, because the overlap ended. The creature simply slipped back into the dimension from which it came. If this theory is true, then thousands of blurry photographs collected over the years may not be evidence against cryptids. Instead, they may be exactly what we should expect from beings that don't fully belong in our reality. Perhaps the mystery isn't why cryptid photographs are blurry. Perhaps the mystery is why we occasionally see them at all. And maybe somewhere deep in the forests of Appalachia, the mountains of Tennessee, and the forgotten places between worlds, something is still watching, waiting for the next moment when the boundaries between dimensions grow thin enough to cross. So the next time you see a blurry photograph of a cryptid, ask yourself one question. What if the blur isn't a mistake? What if it's proof?